intended for mature audiences may contain language and content not suitable for younger listeners. And most of that content's coming out of Justin's mouth.
You know how we can settle this?
All I'm saying is, wouldn't happen if I was there. All right.
We all can take a trip to Australia, and then each one of us tries to fight a kangaroo.
No, kangaroo will fuck you up, dog.
Kangaroos
The
get
ultimate
balls
test.
too.
The ultimate
They're
test.
they're professional boxers.
They're
Kangaroos
fucking
good for your
animals,
nuts.
bro. They're wild. Yeah, I'm not fucking with a kangaroo.
They also
shit
like
will
hang
kill you.
around like bodies of water to like urge you to come in, and because they try to bring you in and drown you.
So they're straight up bullies.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
you ever see like people like running on like bike paths, and then like a kangaroo come out and take them out.
or like they're golfing and shit, and then one will just come out of nowhere and just like start fucking them up.
The straight up
Well,
flying kangaroo
I remember
fist.
that one viral video of that kangaroo and that dude like fucking stuck up with him, and he punched it right in the face.
Yeah. Yo, kangaroos.
He like that thing's all stars, bro.
Kangaroos are the dolphins of the land.
Of the
With
Australian continent.
how much dicks they are. How big
I mean,
of
here's
dicks
the thing,
they are.
though.
That's amazing, though. I love that so much.
The only thing I think scarier than fighting the kangaroo in Australia would be flying to Australia on a fucking Boeing plane right now. Because those motherfuckers are falling apart.
Says the guy who's about to get on the plane.
I am. It is not a Boeing plane. I 100% went and fucking checked that shit.
Are you serious?
It's
What
some
airline
other
is
company.
I don't know.
Delta?
But see, that's the thing. Like, would you rather get on a Boeing or like some other no-name plane that you never heard of before?
A no-name plane right now.
Right now, I'm with Peter.
I want the fucking door flying off or engine catching fire or
planes.
wheels falling
Say, you
off.
know
Yeah.
all the shit that's gone down with Boeing recently, right? Didn't you?
Yeah.
Wasn't this your whole thing? Like bringing up the.
I know, and the reason why they're like he was like whistleblowing and shit is because like, the dude that we'll get into in a second, but they're like Boeing had this class action lawsuit I think going against them about like the work conditions and not even just the conditions like how they were putting together the planes. And because the production needed to be so quick that they were just like throwing the manual out the window, saying like, "All right."
Multiple safety inspectors brought up charges against Boeing to the FAA.
Yeah, and
the guy who we are going to get into was one of those.
Yeah,
but they were apparently also like the safety inspectors were like telling them that they couldn't use parts, and they were throwing them out, and then like the safety inspector would leave, and they were pulling the parts out of the fucking trash to put back on the plane.
Yeah, because they don't have to order it, and it's like a cutting corners thing, you know.
Yep.
Yeah, let's cut corners for public transportation. Well, not public transportation, but just pretty significant.
Yeah, but I mean,
styles
if you're,
of transportation.
if you're working in one of these warehouses, you're doing that shit from 9 to 5, bro. Like, you don't give a shit. You're just trying to get your job done, get paid, so your family can eat. You know, like they don't think twice about that.
The BBC did a thing where they fucking had someone. I think it was like in the 2010s, where they sent someone into the Boeing thing, and they were asking all the people that worked at the factory if they would fly on the Boeing planes, and they were all like, "No, not at all." Except for one guy who was like, "I would, but I have a death wish." Like, that's not very good.
No, probably not.
Okay, back to you, Todd.
Yeah.
Yeah, their track record over the last couple of years has not been great, especially recently with the Alaskan Air ones where the door fucking popped off. And then there were what were you saying earlier about?
Another one just happened where a wheel fell off one.
Yeah,
like,
that shit was wild. It crushed like 4 cars.
Yeah.
Really? Holy shit.
Yeah, dude.
Well, here's the thing, though. Like, so once they sell the planes to these companies, because like they no longer in control of them at this point, we all know like these planes are going back and forth like thousands of miles. Like, so are these like older planes, or like that just been worn down and people aren't that like making?
Most of them are newer planes.
A lot of them are newer, yeah.
Yeah, because like during the pandemic, they had to like cut back their workforce like a lot because a lot of people weren't. I mean, people just weren't coming in, and I think
Nobody
to keep
wanted to
up
get
with
on an airplane
production
anymore.
after like all the airports and stuff start opening back up and letting people fly again, like the demand for the planes got so high that they were cutting corners to just get these planes out on the runway. You know.
So it's
Yeah.
the Boeing, the 737 Supermax is the one that's grounded now.
Yep.
Yeah, that one's been grounded. Yeah,
And that's
the
the one that had like a ton of the problems, and that's like a brand new plane.
yeah.
Yeah.
I knew about that one, but I'm just talking about like regular old like airplanes that are taking off from like from local airports to like maybe like a smaller hub airport. Most of those are like just being worn the fuck down, and no
Oh,
one's
yeah.
actually out there doing maintenance on them,
Yeah.
or they're doing crap maintenance on them.
Well, I think like when a plane gets to a certain point, they stop doing maintenance on it. They just throw it away because it's more of a safety risk than just getting a new plane. Like it's easier to just do that than work on this plane and then goes up in the air and then the fucking door flies
But for
off.
some reason, I feel like they don't. It's like if capitalism has taught us anything,
So can we
it's
just
much
dive
cheaper
in?
to fix an older plane than it actually is to get a new one.
Or maybe they're refurbished planes. I don't know, like
Yeah,
like in the
right, yeah,
refurbished.
they're all
Right,
refurbished. Like, you send it back
it
to
works.
Boeing,
It works
we'll
for like
refurbish
3
it and
months
send it
and
back
then.
to you.
I mean, that's how
I'll say,
half
as soon
the
as
shit I
that
work with
as
is.
soon as that warranty
Yeah.
fucking runs out, the plane just crashes.
Right
Oh
back.
god, dude, that happened
So
to
can
my
we dive
happened to
in
my
for-
apartment, dude. That happened to my apartment.
Real
As soon as
quick,
the warranty.
Let's
went-
dive into that dude who killed himself.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Self-inflicted.
Allegedly.
Self-inflicted
Whatever.
wounds.
Yeah, he had a gunshot wound. They didn't say where, but either way, this dude worked at the South Carolina plant. He was a safety inspector or a quality control inspector, something like that, whatever his title was, for 30 years or 35 years, something like that. The man died at 65. Yeah, so 35 years. And he was talking about how, what we were talking about earlier, like people would take spare like parts they threw away that weren't safe, bring them back just to cut corners and cut labor time. So they probably wanted to get out of there. And then he was talking about how there were metal shards in the airplane's cockpit, which could easily interfere with the equipment, especially if there was a wire exposed. Because boom, you have an instant short. And you have that short that shuts down the entire electronics of the airplane. Like the entire CPU's down. And it's just like weird little shit like that. And he was about to test. Actually, he did testify, I think.
No, he went to. He had.
He was going
He had
to.
2
I
depositions.
thought
He had
did,
his.
though.
He had his next deposition that Saturday.
But he
They
did
couldn't
one of
find him.
them.
They went to go. He did 2 of them,
Okay, yeah.
and then they went to go find him when he didn't show up for the 3rd one. And he was in the parking lot.
No,
in his car.
They found him dead in the parking lot?
No.
Of
So
the hotel.
So someone named Rob called in a welfare check to the hotel.
Who the fuck is Rob?
He just said he was a coworker of what was it? It was his coworker John Barnett. He needed a welfare check on him in the parking lot of the hotel.
Bro, this is a big theory. We should get into this one. If not tonight, next week for sure.
Yeah,
next
that
week for
one.
sure. We should definitely get into this next week. That's gonna go deep.
Yeah, I got some.
I mean, we got
some
15
issues
minutes.
with
We can
this
still
one.
talk about that.
Yeah, we can definitely talk about this.
We can talk about this. It's still fresh. Like it just happened. So like this is the time to talk about it right now.
That's true. I mean, I think it's a cover up. I mean, Boeing is a massive company, bro.
It's a massive company that a lot of fucking very powerful people also, make a lot of money off of.
Right, yeah, I mean, name companies that make airplanes. Like I can name Boeing. I know Chrysler does. I know Rolls Royce does. They make the engines.
They make the engines.
They just make the engines. They don't make the planes.
Yeah, but I mean, still, they have a say in the aerodynamics.
Yeah. Okay. But how many people have already done depositions? Well, how many people were a part of this class action lawsuit?
So it started like in either between 2016 and 2018.
Yeah,
that's when it started. That's when they started the dude retired in 2017.
Yeah.
And then he started speaking out about it like a year or so after. Okay. And then they hadn't gotten any traction with any of it. And then, I mean, like the pandemic happened and everything. But then he just started getting into court. Like they were just starting to roll out this court case. And then he kills himself.
Well, here's the whole thing. It does take a while
After it's like starting, but that's like this is the farthest. But this is the furthest he's gotten so far.
Well, it's
Like
taking years. But
as
how many
soon
people
as
are already
he
a
gets
part
to
of
the
this,
like
though? That's
highest
what I'm
point
asking.
of this, well, as soon as he gets to the highest point of this, then he decides to kill himself. That doesn't make any sense.
I wouldn't say kill himself. They said self-inflicted, like injuries, right?
Yeah,
That's all they said. Yeah.
I
So what if he
believe it was a
accidentally, like, put
gunshot
his
to
gun in
the
his
head.
fucking
I
pocket
think
and
that's
it
what
went
it
off?
was.
I mean, I'll just say the two largest investors in Boeing are Vanguard, who invests in everything for retirement funds.
Yeah.
Number two, BlackRock.
I was gonna say it's either BlackRock or Citadel.
Up there.
It's either that or Citadel, which are like the two most secretive companies in the world. But they own everything.
Two depositions, though, right?
He was going for a third.
He was going
his
for
third
a third
and final, and his last one,
Yeah, before the court cases started.
Yeah,
he's going
so
to the last one.
but there's already other people part of this lawsuit, though, right? Who worked for Boeing that brought up the lawsuit, right? He wasn't the only one.
I mean, I think he was the most like versed in it.
I think he was the original. He was the original whistleblower for it.
Okay, because I was just like, if you already have two depositions and you also have other people part of this lawsuit, it doesn't make sense just to kill one guy. You gotta
maybe
take out
to
the
send
whole
a
team.
message or something. You know?
Intimidation.
All right, little giants over there. Intimidation. No.
Yeah,
little giants.
It just seems very odd.
Well, okay, it does seem odd, but we don't know exactly what happened. We have to take a look at the autopsy report, or it has to come out. Because, like, what if it was just a self-inflicted gunshot wound to his fucking leg?
Why was he carrying?
Bro, it's not some fucking Sean Taylor shit.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
dude,
if it was in his head, like, oh yeah, I put my gun in my pocket
daily.
Yeah, yeah. Let me aim up while I leave it in my pocket. No, I mean
just in case.
Self-inflicted gunshot wound. I don't buy.
They happen daily, dog.
Bro, it's definitely not a thing. Like, this is a conspiracy.
But then also, where does this welfare check from a random guy named Rob come from? Being like, I gotta go check on my coworker. Like, not from his lawyer, not from anyone else.
Well, it was after he missed the deposition.
Rob.
Well, did he have family? Like, was he married? Maybe Rob was his best friend.
Yeah, he was his buddy.
I mean, that just was like, oh man, I didn't hear from him for this one day, so you got to go check his truck at this hotel.
Exactly like that. Nah, it's suspect.
Super suspect. We should get into it more next week, though.
I mean,
I feel like we can talk about this for a minute.
I'm fine with that. We can talk about it next week. I don't know. I'm a little worried that we're all gonna fucking end up dead. BlackRock's gonna come after us.
Like they know
a little
too much.
worried.
Man,
a little
BlackRock
worried.
can get my fat cock. That's what I like. I didn't mean that. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna go catch a bunch of foxes and use those foxes as protection.
I'm gonna get all the foxes. I'll kill them all. I'll kill them all.
Oh my god! Wrap my little arms around him. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Well, you guys got anything else? No. Okay. Well, thank you guys for listening in. For Tay, for Coley, for Justin, basically Peter, myself. Thank you so much for listening in. And catch us next week as we dive into more of this Boeing, the whistleblower just kind of accidentally dying suspectedly.
Wasn't an accident.
We don't even know how he killed himself.
It's been great hanging out with you guys. Peace, love. Say thank you every once in a while. Justin Baby Boy, cue the damn music. We out, motherfucker.